Good day, everyone. The topic that we are going to discuss is about the chapter 7, which is the fashions and clothings in the Philippines. Fashion and clothing in the Philippines refers to the way the people of Filipino society dress up in instances such as while they are in their home, work, traveling, and when they're attending a special occasions. So here in the Philippines, we wear clothes according to the places and occasions at where we are. Like for example, in our homes, we wear a simple cloth like sleeveless shirts, pajamas, shorts, and we're going to attend special occasions. We wear a formal cloth or attire whatsoever. The fashion and clothing of Filipinos in modern day era have been influenced by their native ancestors, the Spanish colonizers, and Americans, and sometimes have been influenced of what they've seen on television, fashion shows, and many more. So here in the Philippines, ang mga sanina is kanang na-impluensyahan na siya sa mga colonizers, sa mga makita naman sa TV, and of course, mga fashion shows, so depende na siya yana. And in the present day, due to climatic reason, Filipinos wear a cloth according to the season they have. For example, during summer, they wear a sleeveless shorts, and during rainy season, they wear jacket, hoodies, and pajamas, and many more. So our clothes here in the Philippines, we wear clothes according to the seasons we have. Like for example, in the summer, we wear sleeveless shorts para kaigang man syempre. And of course, in rainy season, we wear a jacket, pajamas because it's a cold season. Yeah. But today's generation, Filipinos wear a hoodies or jackets in a hot summer because of the superheat of sun that can cause sunburn and skin diseases. Yes, so nowadays, nabago na ang mga fashion or clothing sa Filipino. This birthday minita, they wear a hoodies or jackets kay sunburn, cause skin diseases, and that. In this lesson, the fashion evolved decades and decades, yes. So sa kanilang lesson is, introduce na mo ang mga fashion and clothing of the Filipinos decades and decades after 10 years and after 10 years kung unsay mga fashion or unsay mga nagbago sa fashions na naasan.
Have you seen how young Filipinos dress today? They seem to adopt the K-pop culture, Western styles, and trending fashions. But, do they know about the traditional Filipino dresses? How about you? As a young Filipino, do you have a clue what does it look like? Good day everyone, I am Alex Joyce Tiganzan, and here is a short report about the evolution of Philippine fashion. First, do you have any idea what fashion is?
The fashion is anything looks beautiful and colorful, outside appearance given by individual.
Thank you so much for that wonderful answer. Fashion symbolizes many things, including personal identity that applies to any way of dressing, behaving, express one's interests and values. It can also be a way for individuals to distinguish themselves from others and create a unique personal style. Us young Filipinos have been exposed to traditional dresses since kindergarten. We saw and wear those in any school events. You can also see it in TV shows, movies, especially in department stores and in any formal occasions. However, some of us don't really know what Filipino traditional clothes are. That's why I am here to help you dig into the Filipinos' history to find out how they are developed and how they influence their sense of fashion today. The first one is archaic epoch from 10th to 16th century. Archaic derives from the Greek word archaeos, which means old. It offers a framework for understanding the evolution of clothing and adornment in the Philippines from pre-colonial times to the present day. Despite the imposition of Spanish clothing norms, indigenous elements continue to influence Philippine fashion. For example, the use of indigenous textiles persisted and traditional weaving techniques were adapted to create new garments. During the archaic epoch, before the colonizers from Europe discovered the island, the different tribes and kingdoms wore their respective clothing. The Filipino style of clothing had been dictated by the tropical climate in the Philippines, with a dry and rainy season. Early Filipinos wore colorful woven clothes, often with intricate beadwork. and other ornaments. The men wore pants or a loincloth, while women went either topless or wore a robe-like dress. The next one is the Spanish era Spanish East Indies in the Philippines, which spanned from 1800 to 1899. Philippine fashion underwent significant transformation influenced by Spanish colonial rule. The period saw the fusion of indigenous Philippine clothing traditions with Spanish styles, resulting in unique garments that reflected the cultural interchange between the colonizer and the colonized. The attire is composed of four pieces, namely the camisa, the saya, the panuelo or scarf, and the tapis. The next one is the American era from 1900s to 1940s. The traje de mestiza ensemble rose in popularity during the 1900s. This example is from the late 1920s to the early 1930s. Its silhouette influenced by the flapper dress. The women then wore the traje de mestiza, the more modern version of the Maria Clara. It had bigger sleeves and narrower floor-length skirt with a long train called saya de cola, and replaced the full white skirt reflecting the Edwardian fashion of the West. The last one of my report is the 1950s, which saw the continued prominence of the terno as the quintessential Philippine formal attire for women. The terno evolved during this period with designers incorporating modern elements and international influences while retaining the distinct butterfly sleeves and traditional silhouette. When the decade started, the country saw the rise of economy, once again giving opportunities for people to have more necessities and live in the normal life. Also, there are other kinds of style and collection, which is trendy nowadays. As the evolution of Philippine fashion continues, it remains a testament to the creativity, resilience, and diversity of the Filipino people, weaving together threads of tradition, innovation, and identity to create tapestry that is uniquely Filipino.
Good day everyone, this is a continuation to our report. This is Edelie Banlota from BZ English 1C, and today let us dive into a topic where we'll be discussing the different clothings and fashions within this period of time from 1960 to 2000. So without further ado, let's begin. So in 1960, a new kind of dress invented by American, which is called miniskirt. As you can see in the picture, mini dresses started to become popular and mood style also emerged. And of course, men's fashion shifted towards a more youthful vibes influenced by the rising teenage culture seen in Hollywood and various teen-oriented Filipino film, and they started wearing polos and pants, replacing suit and coats. And in 1970s, women started to abandon many dresses for more modest clothing such as maxi skirts. Vintage clothing in the Victorian era of the West also became popular as long sleeve, laces, collars became popular in dresses. Men also started to grow their hair long, and the first time ever that such style became acceptable in Filipino society. Men also wore bell-bottoms, often in bright colors similar to the women. The turtleneck also became popular, as well as a sweater vest, colorful bright patterned polos and pants. In 1980s, neon-colored clothes became popular, and miniskirts also came back in popularity. Teenage boys also wore pastel and neon-colored pants, polos, jackets, t-shirt, shorts, together with the Converse All-Star shoes. And of course, sportswear also become popular for everyday clothing. So let's dive into the 1990s. These decades saw the beginning of the influence of rock music to a mainstream fashion. Men also started to wear dark, simple, and mostly oversized clothes. And also, there is a hairstyle became popular in the teenage boys during this decades, and it's called kachupoy. In this decade, the concept of innerwear as an outerwear was popularized, resulting in the popularity of spaghetti straps clothes. Of course, in this decade, men's also started wearing flannel and checkered polos. That's all for my video, guys. I hope you learned something. Bye-bye.
The next lesson is about the 2010s fashion and clothing in the Philippines. Due to the development of social media, Filipinos are exposed to different fashions. In early 2010, the Filipino wear a 2000s fashion. So during 2000, nag-start na jud na ang social media. So sa mga early 2010, ang mga fashion pag sa mga Filipino is inspired pa siya sa 2000s na mga fashion. Like, na-discuss naman earlier about the 2000s fashion. So you have already an idea what are the 2000s fashion. And in 2011, the changes of fashion started from rock 2000s fashion into new fashion. So sa 2011, nag-start na dyan ang changes of fashion because in these years, nag-start na dyan nag-rise na dyan ang social media na medyo murag ganing rise, I don't know what's Bisaya of rise, basta medyo nag-start na gani dyan ang social media. Yes, and pag-start sa social media, dito na naggawas ang dito na dyan nag-start ang mga Filipino clothings na something at somewhere inspired clothings. Tumblr inspired cloth. These are the example of a Tumblr inspired cloth. Diba? Have you seen on the picture? That is an example. I don't know how to pronounce that properly, but that Tumblr, basta ka na siya. And in mid-2010s, Filipino women wear 1950s and 1960s inspired clothing, something like a modesty. So sa mga mid-2010, I think it's 2014 or 2015, nasa middle of 2010s, ang mga fashion sa mga Filipino women are like a modesty, where inspired siya sa 1950s and 1960s na mga fashion. Right? And men's are wearing skinny jeans and shorts with different colors. So, have you remember during the 2010s, yung mga men's are wearing a skinny jeans, mga different color, and women wears a casual t-shirts and jeans. So, during the 2010s, so, remember when most of the women are wearing a simple jeans lang, and casual cloth or casual t-shirts lang siya. So, yung mga fashion so na during the 2010 or mid-2010. And men are wearing a preppy clothes inspired by the British boy band, which is the One Direction, who rose to fame on 2015. So sa mid-2010s po, ang mga men they're wearing a preppy clothes nga. Remember man mo sa mga One Direction, right? So, one is the mga One Direction, and nana ang mga salina sa mga One Direction. So, ana ang mga ginasuot sa mga men's during the mid-2010s. So, yan ang mga sabihin ng mga preppy clothes. That's an example of a preppy clothes. And also, with the mid-2010, Filipino wears 1950s to 1960s inspired clothes like knitted skirts, knitted sweaters, denim jackets, and more. So, sa mid-2010 po, nag-start na po ang mga fashion sa mga tao like they're wearing Filipinos, they're wearing a miniskirts, and up until today, uso pa dyan po ng mga miniskirts, right? Pero something nag-evolve na ron ang miniskirts. During 2010s, ang mga miniskirts is kanang, what pala siya? Or something modesty. So, if you say miniskirts, muna na siya mga pinsil, pero kung tag-as gani. So, that is, or miniskirts sa pinsil. And knitted sweaters, o mga kailang knitted sweaters, uso pa dyan po na ron, no? And denim jackets. So, but that is the fashion or clothings of the Filipinos during the 2010s era. Additional idea, during the 2010, as I remember, during my ate and kuya's panahon pa nila sa una, they look like a walking crayon because kung maka-remember mo, they're wearing mga skirts or shorts na color, ilang mga t-shirt color, like for example orange, ilang sayal kay pink, diba, we're walking crayon. Then, may jacket pag nasa sauna, and like, ang mga jacket sa sauna is kanang itong fit siya ka nipis. O, the stripes. For example, may ano, yung ana. So, yung ana, yung 2010s, diba? JJ Days. Ana, mga fashions ang 2010s.
Next is millennials. Millennials nowadays are more seductive and sexier in fashion because of the innovation of fashion such as dress, t-shirts, polo, pantaloons, blouses, tops, like that. So, mga fashions ka or mga millennials nowadays are very sexy and seductive. Like, nakapansin-pansin kayo sa mga tao because they are wearing sexy clothes like crop tops, mga strapless tops, mga chupa na siya, mga tattoo cheese, mga shorts, patinubuha, anana, mga spaghetti na mga tops, and when they're going to beach, they're wearing a bikinis, like that. Very sexy. Millennials started around early 1980s and in mid-1990s until early 2000s. Actually, kanang mga millennials is na-start na siya mga 1980s or mga 2000s na ano dyan ng mga millennials. And in 2020s, the millennials evolved. They become sexier and more fashionable. So, ma-remember ninyo, during mga 2020, mga pandemic is medyo nagbago dyan ang mga fashion sa mga Filipino women or mga tao. Yes, sa bago nga lahang mga fashion, naging sexy sila, naging fashionable. Kanang mga aesthetic, kanang mga ginatawag ng mga aesthetic is part na siya sa mga millennials. Very fashionable, very artistic, right? Rather, very artistic. So, mana siya ang mga millennials. And I think that's it. Thank you. And the next topic will be the traditional costumes that will be discussed by Miss Kanha.
Hi! Magandang buhay! My name is Chrissy Kanha and I am the last reporter. My topic is all about the traditional clothings by areas and religions and a popular branch that existing both local and international. We all know that Philippines, a land full of culture, shows vibrant styles in both old and new clothes. Before the Spanish came, each tribe had its own way of dressing. These styles were full of meaning and served a purpose. These traditional outfits are still probably worn during gatherings like festival and cultural shows, symbolizing the enduring legacy of Filipino people. First that I will be discussing is about the Igorot ethnic outfit, the indigenous people of Cordilleras, known as Igorot, wear traditional clothing that reflects the rich cultural heritage. Men's attire include a red loincloth called wains with intricate tribal patterns, symbolic tattoos representing bravery, and colorful beads necklaces. Women wear a wrap-around skirt called lufit and are often topless, although in some regions like Bukit, they wrap their breasts with detailed cloth. Secondly is the barut saya. The barut saya is traditionally worn by lowland Filipinos, consists of blouse, which is baru, and skirt, which is saya. These symbols have evolved through the colonial era, and it's now emblematic of rural Filipinos' life. Thirdly is Maria Clara dress. In urban areas, particularly in Manila, the barut saya transformed into the more elaborate Maria Clara's gown, popular among the upper and middle classes during the 17th and 18th century. It's featured wide, full skirt and intricate designs. The design evolved significantly during the American period and was popularized as the modern Filipiniana by Imelda Marcos in 1960s. Men in these eras wore the barong Tagalog with intricate design. Fourthly, in Mindanao, where a significant minority practices Islam, traditional clothing reflects Islamic culture. Women wear hijabs, long-sleeved top and floor-length skirts, while men wear polos and pants, often accompanied by a hat called takiya. Non-Islamic population in Mindanao typically follow Visayan-like fashions. Next is women's traditional clothing. So the barut saya remains a quintessential Filipino women's outfit evolving over time to include various regional styles, upper-class women traditional wear, more elaborate version with beads and colorful designs, while modern variations continue to be used for formal occasions and office uniform. Material for this garment include pinya, juicy, abaca, and Mindanao silk. In men's traditional clothing, the Barong Tagalog is traditional men's attire originated from Luzon and typically made of translucent pineapple fiber, necessitating an undershare. The Americana, introduced during the American period, is another formal wear option comprising a soft, warm with a tie. The next is Filipino fashion designer. We all know that Philippines boasts some of the finest fashion designers in Asia, many of whom have achieved international acclaim. Notable designers include Pitoy Moreno, known as Fashion Caesar in Asia, Monique Holler, and Michael Cinco, and Jose Natore. These designers have dressed prominent figures globally and continue to innovate in the fashion industry. In popular clothing branch, Filipino branch, popular local branch include Bench, Onesimus, Tanshak, Luwalde, Camisita, Maldita, and Bayo. An international branch, foreign branch popular in the Philippines span various tiers. First tiers is high-end designer, labels like Hermes, Bottega, Veneta, Louis Vuitton, Givenchy, Burberry, Prada, and Gucci. Second tier is more affordable luxury brands such as Ralph Lauren, Balenciaga, Michael Kors, Nine West, Kate Spade, Longchamp, and Fendi. Third tier is high street brands like Comedies Gargons, Lacoste, Diesel, Mark and Spencer, Tommy Hilfiger, and Kenneth Cole. So fourth tier is affordable quality brands including Oneglo, Mango, Zara, and Aldo. And lastly, which is fifth tier, this is very affordable brands like Forever 21, H&M, and Guess. The evolution of Filipino clothing is a testament to the nation's rich cultural heritage and its ability to adapt and innovate. From the traditional attire of indigenous tribes to the modern interpretations by contemporary designers, Filipino fashion reflects a deep respect for history and a forward-looking embrace of change. This dynamic blend of the old and new not only celebrates the uniqueness of Filipino identity but also highlights the country's place in the global fashion scene. As the Philippines continues to evolve sartorial expressions, always maintaining a thread that connects the past, present, and future. That's all, and I hope you have learned. Thank you. Bye-bye.